Capricorn, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Now, keep in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements because you could have messages there as well. Okay, my friends, let's get started here for Capricorn. What is the energy around the week ahead for Capricorn? Okay, Capricorn, you got lots of beautiful messages coming through here. Okay, bottom of the deck, we see between two worlds in reverse position. So you might not realize what's going on around you. That's what I think when I see this card in reverse. It always makes me feel like whoever I'm reading for doesn't quite realize that they're actually transitioning into a new timeline that might be full of change. We see change in the wind here coming through for Capricorn, as well as this idea of being at a fork in the road. So this is also coming through in the reverse. So you might not quite realize that you're sort of planting seeds right now, Capricorn. You might not feel it. If anything, it feels like you might feel like things might be in chaos, or they might be sort of feeling like they're out of your control. But actually what's happening around you right now is you're being given this opportunity to sort of prepare for something, to address something. Something big is shifting here. It's going to bring in some significant healing, and it feels like it's the end of a chapter for you, Capricorn. It feels like you're bringing closure into something, and you're sort of being guided here to remain authentic, so that you are really your true self right now and really expressing yourself as your true self, you know, not holding back, being authentic and true to yourself. And you're being guided here to sort of visualize things in a way where you are visualizing what you desire. You're magnifying it, you're embodying it, you're sort of seeing it in your imagination as it is ideal. You know, it's almost like you're visualizing your dream path here that resonates with your true self. And I feel like in order to do that, you're really needing to tap into that imagination and to know yourself, to know what that would look like. You know, what would it look like if you were embodying what you truly desire? And it's not so much about how you're going to get there. I feel like the how you're going to get there is sort of part of the part that's outside of your control, or the part that feels like you're not really sure how this is all going to come together. But lucky for you, the how isn't really up to you. I feel like things are changing in a way to get you in alignment with this path. You've just got to sort of get on board with getting out of your own way and sort of making choices that are in alignment with your true self, even if it doesn't sort of make sense with what's going on with others in your life. It doesn't matter. You know, this is all about you being authentic and true to yourself, Capricorn. And I feel like in the midst of what feels like chaos, you're actually getting realigned towards something that is in balance with the authentic you. And that now is not the time to despair or fear or give up or sort of leave yourself in resignation where you're sort of like you've given up. But I actually feel like you're preparing to clean something up. Something is getting balanced, realigned. This really feels like you're transitioning into a new timeline here. Okay, let's see what the tarot cards will reveal for you, Capricorn. What messages do we have for Capricorn? See, there's the Tower coming out in reverse right on top of that Change card, which is really confirming that this is out of your control. You are being realigned. It's almost like this is true divine intervention here, and you're being guided to just go with it. Don't resist it. Don't get caught up in a lot of fear. You know, it almost feels like this is shaking you down to the core here, Capricorn. So you could be feeling some lack of stability or some lack of security that are sort of triggering fear, triggering that resignation, triggering that feeling of despair. And, you know, it's just the opposite. I actually feel like things are coming together for you, and that it's just the out of control nature of this, and how it's hitting you in terms of security and identity and grounding, and the fact that your journey looks very different than the journeys of those around you. And that is okay. It's exactly how it is meant to be. There's the star card coming through right on that. It feels like home, no place like home card. So it's like you've cast a wish and it's coming true. Your dreams are realizing right now, but everything has to get realigned. It's almost this idea of like wanting significant change in our life. We want to see ourselves in a very different place. We want to see ourselves doing things in a different way and on our own terms, but at the same time, we're terrified of how much change is involved in something that significant. This is a realignment, a rebalancing, a reorganization, getting you closer and closer and closer to your true path. And, you know, you might be feeling this need to like clean the house and to like get rid of things in the closet that no longer serve you. This is all part of it. You know, this is your energy extends into your home and into, you know, it extends, right? So you might be feeling the initial stages of this coming up as like you want to remove things that you don't need from your home anymore, or you're finding that you're cleaning down to like the tasks that maybe only get addressed a couple of times a year, like you're washing baseboards, you're washing the walls, you're washing your windows, you know, you're doing things that to cleanse your energy field. And like I said, your field extends beyond your body. It extends into your home. And I feel like you're starting to feel those that necessity to change certain things, to remove things that seem like it's clutter, things that no longer serve you. And likewise, that's happening in your path as well. So that's the stuff that's outside of your control. So you might be noticing certain relationships dropping off, or you might be in the midst of a reorganization in your job, or you might be feeling like you need to relocate, or, you know, these are sort of signs and synchronicities showing you that things are getting reorganized and you are truly transitioning onto a new timeline here. Let's see here. There's the 9 of Wands coming out in reverse for you. So at this point, Capricorn, I feel like you need rest as well, because your energy, like I said, it's reorganizing, and that could be leaving you feeling kind of like you want to change some stuff from your physical environment, but you also probably need some rest, and you probably need some nurturing and nourishment on the sort of personal level. So, you know, you might be feeling like spending some more time in the bath, or, you know, maybe you've decided you want to go to the spa or something, you know, like you want to have some pampering, you want to have some care. Maybe it's time to get a massage or a Reiki session, or, you know, you're looking at just getting taken care of, you know, you want to go get taken care of. Perhaps you're the type that likes to do these things for yourself. So you're noticing that you're giving yourself little treatments here at home, or, you know, you're sort of taking care of things on a very personal level here, because I feel like you need that right now. You're almost preparing for a big entrance into a new chapter. And so when we, you know, if you think about making a grand entrance, you want to feel and look and sort of have this overall feeling of health and wellness. Maybe you're thinking of a new exercise regime, or maybe you're thinking about starting a different kind of regime when it comes to physical wellness, eating differently. You know, you're probably noticing a lot of different cravings coming up, or just like, you know, you feel like doing the following, and it's like, you're not sure where it's coming from, but it's really your energy is shifting to get into alignment with this. So there might be some new practices, new patterns, new habits, ones that really echo self-care here, and rest, and embodying that idea of sort of wellness. You know, that's what comes to mind, is this idea of wellness. And there's the Wheel of Fortune coming out for you on mending, and the Two of Wands coming out in reverse, which is sort of like my Cinderella card, in the sense that, like, this is a time where things just magically come together in a way that seems almost miraculous. And that is coming through with the Wheel of Fortune on that mending card, which is the final card in this deck. So that tells me, as you approach the end of this cycle, that is sort of bringing you into the entrance of the new timeline, it's almost like things are magically going to come together for you, Capricorn, in a way that you may not have anticipated, or even you couldn't even maybe imagine how amazing this is going to be. You are being guided to tap into your visualizations, to sort of really amplify the energy by visualizing these moments where you're stepping into this new timeline where you're transitioning. I feel like you're about to become very successful with something in the material world, and that, if anything, it almost feels like you could be recognized for something or acknowledged publicly for something here. Now, as I finish shuffling, we see the Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this is a time where you might be tempted to just make a run for it here. You know, like, the energy around here really needs you to be taking care of yourself, because you could be thinking about changing directions in response to this energy realignment. And you might be thinking, I've got to do things differently, in a way where you regress backwards, you know, where you think to yourself, who am I kidding? I've got to do things the way everyone else does. And I feel like that's a signal here that you're sort of responding to the stress of this shift in a way that might be deceiving yourself. You know, you might be sort of overlooking things, or trying to quickly make a decision to take control over this situation because you feel vulnerable, or you feel a little insecure. You might be feeling like things aren't going to come together, but I think it's just this realignment that you're going through right now. Let's clarify some of these cards for Capricorn and see if we can get a little bit more specific, even though this is a general reading. And I think it's going to be affecting Capricorn differently depending on what exactly needs to shift to get you in alignment with yourself. But that is the key to this reading, is that you're getting a sort of reorganization here, because it's almost like your energy has leveled up and your life needs to catch up. You know what I mean? It's like your human experience needs to catch up with your spiritual experience. And that happens, and it gets us to where we need to be, so that we can, again, seeing that Wheel of Fortune, this is interesting. You may be feeling like things are in chaos, but actually, again, we're getting this confirmation that you're moving towards alignment. And there's that Seven of Swords back on the bottom of the deck. There's this energy of you sort of deceiving yourself into thinking that I keep getting this idea of despair, or this judgment of feeling like a failure in some way, but that's only because you're busy comparing yourself to other people who are on different journeys. And I feel like saying that everyone is on a unique journey, and you know, just because something seems a certain way, we don't know the whole story. So don't bother with comparing yourself. That's not going to help you at all right now. I think right now you need to just focus on self-care and self-nourishing and self-love, like really taking care of the self and your vision for the future, focusing on the vision of the future, not focusing on how things are shifting around you, not using that shift as an indication of you know, a lack of anything, but if anything, to see the abundance around you, to see the resources that you have sort of growing in your field right now. There's the King of Wands in reverse. So that says to me that, you know, things are triggering you. You know, the King of Wands, I was struggling for my words there a little bit. Sometimes the King of Wands in reverse says to me that whoever I'm reading for may be triggered right now and feeling like I said, like they have to gain control over this situation. Like you've got to gain control over this. But you know what? This is not meant for you to gain control. I think if anything, this is meant for you to sort of almost feel this law of attraction moving things around for you. And as it does that, like I said, don't take that as an indication of what the future will bring. I actually see a lot of peace and a lot of stability moving forward for you, Capricorn. And we see here the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, and I just noticed the Two of Cups here on the top of the deck. So that tells me really clearly that you're moving towards alignment. You're moving towards authenticity, and it's bringing in a new path for you. And it feels like it's a new chapter that's going to be about, you know what, honestly, I'm getting the number 10, 10, 10. Like, I feel like this is going to be the next 10 years. You know, you're moving towards a new decade here for yourself, Capricorn. And this idea of trying to sort of control things is just stressing you out needlessly. I don't think this is within your control. I think you just got to keep moving on the stuff that you're moving on. Don't be bothered by everything shuffling around you right now. Just keep moving forward, trusting that you're on your way somewhere. I think intuitively you feel that way. It's just sometimes the stuff shifting gets you into a place where you feel this energy. Four of Cups, where you start to sort of feel down and like everyone's moving forward except me, and how come, and you know, why, and sort of all of this overthinking has got you feeling a little bit emotionally sort of let down, or feeling like you're not moving forward. And actually there's this beautiful cup coming in from the universe, and here it is reflected in another card. These four came out together. So there is this beautiful new beginning coming towards you, but it's almost like you keep thinking about certain things from the past, or things that are getting reshuffled right now in the present day, and you're not seeing this new beginning that's taking form here. If anything, you're just focused on these three cups from the past, instead of overlooking this wonderful opportunity here. This is what I'm talking about. You're focusing on the changes that are happening rather than what is being created from these changes. And I feel like if you can focus on what's being created, you're going to see here that there's the Knight of Cups. There's an opportunity moving towards you here. It's like a call to being authentic and open and honest about who you are and what your skills, talents, and abilities are, and how to shine. You're really being sort of realigned so that you can be in alignment and be yourself. But there's so much going on here beneath the surface that this is what's making you try to control things with this King of Wands, this Moon card here. This is what is making you sort of feel like you have to regain control quickly over this, instead of trusting that things are realigning for your highest good. And that's what I see here. Things are realigning for your highest good. So don't despair. Don't try and control things. Just keep working on whatever it feels like your inspiration. There's the Fool on the bottom of the deck. Don't be afraid to take chances. Don't be afraid to take a leap of faith. Really trust yourself, Capricorn. You're on the beginning of a new chapter here that feels like it's going to last about 10 years. You're really working hard on something here, and it's going to pay off, but you might need some help. So I have a feeling you're going to need to collaborate, and those people are going to just show up. The people that are going to be able to help you on your journey are going to appear. So be open. Be open to receiving here. Don't be closed. Don't feel like you have to do everything on your own. There's the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck in the upright position. So that says to me, you're going to be sort of in a position where you're riding above the emotional waves here. You're not getting pulled down. You're staying above the water here, even though it might feel like with some of these changes that you might be feeling like you're getting pulled under, but actually you're going to be riding on top of this. As you transition from one timeline to another, I feel like you're going to start to feel yourself almost rising. It's almost like you're rising up, up, up above that water level so that you can sort of see clearly what's happening all around you without feeling like you're drowning or getting pulled under. I feel like those are illusions in your mind, almost trying to sort of, keep you in a place or hold you in a pattern that just doesn't serve you anymore. And as things shift, I think you're going to start to feel that lightness. It's almost like you're going to start bearing that light in a very authentic way that's only the way you would bear light. You're a lighthouse, Capricorn, and lighthouses just shine. That's their job, and that's your job right now. So in the midst of all of these changes, don't try to control things. Don't try and uproot yourself so that you're sort of just moving around because you don't know what else to do. If anything, I feel like you need to hold fast. You need to hold your ground, hold your vision, and keep pursuing whatever it is that makes you feel authentic and true, because that's where you're going. That's where you're headed. So if you keep investing your energy and your focus in that, that's what's going to expand and grow. Now, to close your reading, Capricorn, let's use our animal spirit oracle and see what message will come through for Capricorn. Realigning onto a new chapter. What is your animal spirit? Oh, look at that. You've got 3 that flipped over all together. Let's take all 3. So you've got take a leap of faith, which we saw when we saw the Fool card. So you've got to take a leap of faith and really trust yourself. We see here set healthy boundaries, card 3. So you're really being guided here to make sure that your energy and your space and your whole field is sort of got this healthy boundary around it, where you're not trying to control things, you're not sacrificing yourself, you're not over investing in others right now. You're sort of just focusing on maintaining your energy and your vision, and you're working on yourself here. You're preparing for a massive transition. We see here love is all around with the nightingale spirit. So you've got grasshopper, armadillo, and nightingale. And what I love about that is that you've sort of got these wonderful animals coming through from different perspectives, right? Like a grasshopper has a very different perspective than a nightingale, than an armadillo. Do you know what I mean? Like a grasshopper is very close to the ground, but can jump and leap and take flight in a very interesting way that kind of moves from place to place very quickly, using the energy of the sort of that bouncing energy, like it can sort of bounce so quickly from place to place. Whereas the armadillo is sort of moving on the ground, almost like taking its time and appreciating every step and what it's worth, whereas the nightingale is just flying all over the place. And so it's interesting. It's almost like you're gaining perspective from different levels and gaining an appreciation of your path on different levels. You're able to see things from multiple levels. It's very interesting, your reading this week, Capricorn. And I feel like it's interesting. On the bottom of the deck, we see the dolphin spirit. So yet another sort of way of appreciating your journey. The dolphin swims and can leap and bound, but in the water. And so that tells me that your emotions could be leaping and bounding all over the place as you're sort of taking flight and bouncing from one path to the other. And in some moments, you're sort of moving through things step by step. So Capricorn, what a fascinating reading. I'm going to leave it at that for you this week. I hope this has been helpful. And if it's resonated for you, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. I really appreciate your support on the channel. And if you're interested in a personal reading, I am offering a special for the month of December where recorded readings are only $44. So if you're interested in that, please send me an email. You can find the email address in the description below, and we can schedule that for you. All right, my friends, it's been a pleasure reading for you. I look forward to the opportunity to read for you again soon, and I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.